I'm Derek Eyring. I've been in the real estate business for over 3 decades. I'm an entrepreneur at heart, and I'm always paying attention to real estate trends, industry innovators, and business influencers.
I'm Alan Smith. For over 25 years, I've helped buyers and sellers with their real estate needs. Join us on this podcast. Let's talk about strategies to help you play this real estate game to win.
Join us as we search out the latest trends, hot topics, red flags, and deal breakers in every episode of Market Movers.
So we're officially rolling, I guess.
We are. Hey, we're very fortunate today, folks. We are here with Lennox Scott, who is the CEO and chairman of John L. Scott. If you've seen any John L. Scott signs around in the neighborhoods, this is the person whose grandfather really started it all, right?
He sure did.
A lot of people don't know there really was a John L. Scott.
Yes.
And it was, 1931 in
Right.
Seattle?
They say he could have run for office because of name familiarity.
Okay.
Because of being on all the for sale signs,
Yeah.
his name.
There you go. So, Lennox, we're so happy that you're here today. I just have to ask, was real estate as a career predestined for you, given your family history with real estate? Or was there another avenue that you maybe wanted to pursue, but you just kept getting pulled into it?
No, it was always real estate.
Okay.
I started out really early in the family business. It's a family business. So
Right, yeah.
at age 10, my dad asked, do you want a job? And I said, well, what is it? He said, well, painting the signs, the open house signs and the for sale signs. I do the background, the base coat and over that. And then I did all the yard work for the corporate transferees moving out of town.
Oh, wow.
Wow, that's
And
awesome.
that was kind of a wax on, wax off moment because as soon as I got the yard done, the house would sell.
Right.
You know, so that's one of our 5 rights make a sale was
the
from
yard right.
that experience.
Wow. So you learned that starting at 10.
10 and then the yard work at 13 and then I worked at a title company in high school. So
Okay.
every day at 2:30 I'd go down and work at the title company until 7:30 at night and but I learned really a lot of good skills that I applied later in land sales.
Okay.
Yeah.
So learning work with people and then also in the industry itself.
Right.
So you were building that knowledge, that expertise.
Yeah. There was no way I wasn't going into real estate.
Okay.
All my term papers in college were on real estate and just did research for the company at that time. And then I went right into the company after that.
So of all the things that you've learned, what are some of the leadership lessons that you've learned over the years that you think have shaped you the most?
Well, probably it's one of the big ones, and the first ones is I'm an Eagle Scout, and so I'm at the International Jamboree at the base of Mount Fuji. I'm a patrol leader, so I have 7 boys in my patrol.
Okay.
I get up and I start making the fire for breakfast. Well, my dad's a troop leader, and he comes over and he says, what are you doing? And I said, well, I'm making the fire. And he says, well, whose job is it? And I said, it's Alan's, not you. But it's Alan's job. And he just said, well, come on over here. You got a choice. You can be the patrol leader or the fire maker. Luckily, I chose the right thing, and I'm the CEO of the company.
Right.
But he went on to explain it to me. He said, if you're making the fire, you're letting your patrol down because you're not looking out ahead. And that's your job. We're all powerful spirits. We just have different roles when we get into a team to walk in excellence and achieve the results we're seeking. And that was the best lesson. And I share that lesson with every executive in the company. Because I want the great people doing their job. Right. We all work together as a team and work on each other's projects, but that's the biggest lesson.
That's a great lesson because you're also, by building the fire, you're also denying somebody else the opportunity to learn how to do that.
Right.
Or to do that themselves.
And to participate and belong and contribute. All those items come into team dynamics.
That's a great one.
And we kind of see that in our jobs every day. I think we found that if we let people do it themselves and we sort of help them along the way, they learn a lot faster, right, than just us doing it for them.
Yeah. No,
So it's a great lesson.
I love the saying that success is based on good judgment. Good judgment is based on experience, and experience is also always based on bad judgment. So it all
I've had a
has
lot
a
of
way
those.
working its way out. So,
You bet.
Yeah.
That's very cool. You were an Eagle Scout. Hey, that's great experience. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure is.
Very cool. We're lucky enough that every summer you physically come to our office and talk to our brokers about what's happening in the market. So what are you seeing right now happening in this current market, current trends? What's going on?
Well, I sure enjoy being here at the office, and thank you for your leaderships and what we're doing. So what's taking place in the market is it's a more balanced market right now. We used to be in this frenzy market where multiple offers, and even though one person got the house, many did not get the house. And nowadays, everybody can get a house because it's more balanced and the pricing's better. We're back to market price versus premium pricing. And it's a market is in motion. It's just not the frenzy market it was, but it's very strong overall, right. And even up to a surge market in the mid-price ranges.
It is kind of all about perspective. We're always looking back saying, it wasn't always like this. Right. The market wasn't always crazy. And, 10, I think that was your number, 10 years ago, yep, was the last time we kind of had a normal market where it was more balanced. Right. And so we're walking into that again. A lot of agents haven't seen that. Yep.
And I'm really looking forward to the positive momentum, market momentum that's coming, because the big tax bill was passed. The tariffs are going to get figured out one way or another. Interest rates are in the sixes. They should drop a little bit lower, still in the sixes. The inventories getting adjusted at market price again. So things are really looking up and with positive momentum.
Well, so you tour all over the Northwest, you visit our offices, you talk to a lot of brokers.
Yes. What
do you think some of the most common challenges are facing brokers today, and maybe how do we at John L. Scott help them overcome those challenges?
Well, it's just a joy to be on the team. Our success plan is positive mindset, skill mastery, and personal engagement activities. And we support our broker associates in all three of those. A positive mindset, we walk in the positive outcome. We're forward thinking. We're here. What a blessing to be in this industry, to be able to help people move forward in life. Mm-hmm. That's our contribution to our clients. And at the same time, we support our teammates and the kids at Children's Hospital, what we do as a team. So our main item right now is focus. We brought the book Grit back out.
Yes.
And we should all get the
we're going to be reading that soon.
Yeah, we should all get the Grit badge because we've been in a grit market for 3 years, and now we're in double grit after the a little bit of a market change that happened in March. But that's just it's following through and doing the activities to be successful so we can help more clients move forward.
Yeah. So if you were sitting down with let's say a brand new broker, in fact, you met a couple of them today.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure did.
Yeah, they showed up.
How was that?
Can you imagine their shock when Lennox was here?
Day one, they show up to the office and talk about joining the office, and Lennox is here. So it happens every week, folks. Come on in. But if you could sit down with a brand new broker, mm-hmm, what are like wisdom nuggets that you would impart to them? What were some things that you could share with them to help them start off on the path?
Well, the three of us, we know when you take the state exam, it's basically a math and vocabulary test. Mm-hmm. And it goes over concepts, but when they come on board, we really teach the skill mastery in presentations, purchase agreements, negotiations, business development, all those items. And why skill mastery is extremely important, and we teach those items, we really want to help a new broker get into business development activities. And that comes through engagement, mm-hmm, with those people that they know, and in putting themselves in positions to meet others. And it's not just talk around that. We actually bring in the activities to implement. We support them in these activities that leads to success. And right now we're bringing the Ninja program in to the company. And we know that's going to be a big boost, once again, of doing the activities, weekly activities, that will lead to that, to having a great start. Because we know a great start leads to a great career.
Yeah, it does. In fact, that program itself, single-handedly, probably the best material I've ever experienced on the art of selling in
Yes.
real estate.
Yep.
Because it's specific to our industry, and it's not selling as people would think, trick people into making a decision. It's not that. It's
No.
about being in a relationship with these folks and helping them make decisions that they want to make, and help guide them through that path so
Yes.
that they're happy and they want to work with you for the rest of their life. And so it comes from a position of integrity, not slick concepts and ways to trick people into making decisions. So
You bet.
I'm really glad that you support that at the corporate level.
Yes.
Because there's so many companies out there, there's a vacuum there at the top. They don't really engage with what's going on
Right.
down in the streets. And so we appreciate that.
Well, and for me, it's one of the joys is we have 107 offices in John Scott in Washington, Oregon, Idaho, and just over the border into the Siskiyous into California.
Yeah.
But what a joy during the summer. I get around the whole company. I just
Right.
feel the energy, the professionalism, the success that we have as a team together.
So of the time that you've been in real estate, which is a fair amount of time,
Yeah.
what are some of your favorite things about being in this business?
And I imagine that's changed over time.
Yeah,
right?
there's
You
probably
know?
been
Yeah.
good and bad over the years, I
Right.
guess, but what are some of
Not
your
my
favorite
favorite
things?
Well, this is my 49th year in the business.
Wow.
So next year, 2025, will be my 50th year.
Alan, we're not going to
Yeah,
make it that
but
long.
it seems just like yesterday. I've known so many John Scott brokers over the decades, and when I first started doing the signs, I met people that were with us 15 years before that. That were with the company, but it started 15 years earlier. So I've known so many great individuals in the company, and just what an environment to grow up in, but also to be part of a team.
Right,
And to be proactive on that. For me, it's right now. It's just walk in and enjoy, moving the conversation forward. One of the biggest items, though, is my daughter's in the business.
Yes.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
Fourth generation.
Yeah.
Savannah's in the
Great.
business, and she's been with us 10 years now. She just got her MBA from the Foster School at the University of Washington, and she's running leading our #1 program, which is helping our brokers with engagement with their database.
Right.
Because we want to help every broker do 10 or more transactions, and top producers do a couple extra a year. That's what we bring forward as a company.
And she's sharp. I sat at a table with her at our last leadership
Yes.
meeting.
Right.
And I thought, as we were kicking around ideas, I thought, okay, I better have my A game here today. I better not just rest back and listen to other people. So,
I feel the same way.
yeah, so just keeping Dad in line. Then, too,
Yeah,
right?
I don't want to sound old, but the young people are so in tune with what they need to be in tune with,
Yeah.
with marketing and
Yeah.
presentation and all of that.
What energy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
that too. Yeah.
Well, and I'm always amazed in this business. We don't even know what's around the corner sometimes.
Right.
I remember years ago at our convention, you stood up on stage and held up a palm trio.
no, I
Yes.
the
And
little
said,
one.
"This is going to change everything."
Yeah.
And we're all, really? I've got a flip phone. That works for me.
Yeah.
And little did we know
Right.
that, for the first time you could get the internet on your phone, believe
Right.
it or not, right?
Get your emails.
Yeah, and all these things were about ready to change, and we didn't know. We're just,
Right.
just chugging away. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
We've seen a lot of changes. And how do you think, looking forward, what role will an agent have going forward with everything kind of evolving fast?
We've got AI,
Right.
we hear, that's going to replace everything, and what are your thoughts on that?
Well, we have a statement. While everything continues to change with technology, the core of our business remains the same, and that's the trusted relationship of a competent professional. So all the technology we've had to date and AI, all that is doing is supplying information at the nanosecond. It's still that personal consultation, and our value is being their personal representative. That's our value, and that's why we focus on skill mastery, but also we focus on keeping that relationship alive, so they know they can call upon us, or if their friends and family are thinking of moving, they refer them to us.
Right.
Because we're showing up that way for them. So AI is going to be used in everything. We're embedding AI now. We've just met with all of our vendors. They're all embedding AI. Canva is. We have Bear Printing. We have Cloud CMA. They're all embedding AI as we are. Our CRM providers talking about embedding AI now. So everything's going to be done at the nanosecond.
Right.
And I'm talking to the MLSs across the nation about AI, about getting the technology data infrastructure set up to a higher level across the nation instead of us belonging to 17 different MLS databases. You know, we just want one.
Right,
Right.
that'd be nice.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
We still need separate realtor associations for local membership, local government affairs, but the data infrastructure needs to be upgraded because AI is going to go over the top of it.
Yeah. It's funny, I went down the YouTube rabbit hole last week and watched a 30-minute video on how to prompt better so that
Yes.
you get better outcomes from AI.
Alan
Right,
does this
so-
kind of thing. Usually it's woodworking, but
Then you don't hear from me for a couple of
yeah.
days.
Where you been, Alan?
Well, I've been
You're
prompting.
going to laugh at this. I listened to a book on AI prompts.
Oh, wow. Okay. So it's easy
Hey,
to do that,
compadres.
right? So you better get on the program.
Geez,
here.
where have I been?
Yeah.
A book on AI prompts. You know,
Oh,
that's kind of silly.
Yeah.
Swap numbers.
Wow.
I should have asked AI.
Yeah, exactly. Give me my top 10 prompts.
Yeah.
So where do you think the economy, the job markets are obviously huge, have huge effects on the real estate market. Where do you see our local economy and job market taking house prices in the future? Do you have thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, I'm glad you brought up jobs because to me, jobs is the number one indicator to a strong market. And we're in one of the top economies in the nation up here in Puget Sound because of the technology world. We have two giants here, both Microsoft and Amazon, but so many other companies have opened up offices here. They'll have 5,000 people here, 3,000 people there, all in the tech world. The mobile technology world was really developed up here. One of the strong centers up here in the Puget Sound area. So right now we're going through a rotation in jobs. We will, as the new technologies come forward, they'll expand in jobs again just because of all the people to be able to move that conversation forward. So we have a bright future ahead because of our AI base here, all the spin-off businesses, the environment, the culture of our communities. I feel really good about the future of the Puget Sound region.
And I think we take a lot of that for granted because
Yeah.
we live here.
Yeah.
Right.
And we just see it every day. It's like you drive by, oh, there's Mount Rainier again.
Right.
Right.
But to other people in the rest of the country, this is an amazing place.
Yes, it is.
And we forget that.
And you get to outlining communities, they just don't have the job growth.
Right.
You have the velocity of transactions, things like that.
Yeah.
Well, should we talk a little bit about buyers and sellers right now?
Yeah. Let's flip the coin a little bit from brokers.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to somebody, maybe one at a time? Somebody thinking about selling their home today.
Right.
What are some things they should be thinking about? What do you think are important keys for someone who wants to get into selling their house right now?
Well, both buyers and sellers look at the internet first.
Yes.
Just they want to see what's going on, and that's good to get background information. But what I'd start out if I were sellers, I would talk to my broker and have a consultation. With the information that we have available now, really showcases what the trends are in the market. Is there upward pricing pressure? Is it more competitive in the market? The consultation to get their yard ready, their house ready. We call it being market ready day one.
Right.
You know, to showcase your home in the best light to get the best price. That consultation comes in, staging as a possibility. So that's where it really comes together. But it depends upon their individual motivation as a seller.
Sure.
Why are they moving? And what intensity do they have about wanting to get that accomplished?
Yeah.
And that's part of our consultation.
Right.
To be able to figure out is now the right time, or what you want to accomplish, what's going on, and where you're moving to if it's outside of this area, so we can look at what you want to accomplish here to be able to get that move done.
Yeah.
All those things come into play.
You brought up a good point earlier today about if they're moving out of the state, maybe I need to get in contact with a good real estate broker in that state to find out what market dynamics are there.
You bet.
So that, because that's going to affect my clients here, so I can give them better advice.
Yes. Oh, definitely.
How about-
and the other deal is their peer group. That's a John L. Scott term, seller peer group. What they're competing maybe with 6, 7 other homes that buyers would also look at in addition to their home. So, but what's really taking place there the last month? How many went under contract or price reductions or new listings so that they can make an informed decision? So it's setting it up ahead of time about what's really taking place, keeping sellers informed every week, and then, of course, consultation on a periodic basis from there.
I think the rap about us as an industry is that our communication level is sometimes lacking.
Yep.
People complain about, hey, I never heard from my broker very much, you know. So we can all do a great job of nipping that in the bud and making sure that we're always communicating with our clients.
You bet.
Yeah, and those consultation moments are really important right now. I can think of several times here in the last month or so where, you know, last minute consultations right before going on the market were really key to getting the property positioned correctly, because something popped up that was so much lower. You know, all of a sudden your competition across the street is 30 grand lower, or whatever the case may be. But especially right now as the inventory is building, we really have to be focused on what's happening.
Yeah.
You know?
So we have a federal trademark on a program called Seller Listing Launch, and that's exactly what you're talking about. Right before launch, you need to double check to see how you're positioned with the others in your peer group, and then the launch of the property for marketing.
And their needs may change over time too. So staying in that communication with them constantly, you may pick up on the fact, okay, maybe now their motivation is different than it was a month ago.
That's right.
Something's happened, so we need to adjust.
Right.
So if we flip that coin over, how about buyers? Buyers right now. Is it good news for buyers?
Yes, it is. It's a more balanced market. They're paying market price instead of premium pricing right now. Can get your inspections in most cases. All the good what comes from a balanced market is in play. But that once again starts with we know almost all buyers look at the internet first. Many times they'll first see their home on the internet, but that's just one step. You know, our job is to partner with them as their personal representative to help them buy the right home at the right price and terms. And so we look out for their best interests. The consultation is the key point here, getting them informed of what is taking place with the market activity, the market intensity. So they give them information and then doing a buyer CMA on their chosen house. So they have the information about what they want to offer for the house. Because the list price is an asking price, and then the buyer makes their decision. Do they want to offer that, or maybe the market has changed, but the seller hasn't adjusted yet?
Yeah, how important is that step? And I think that's a step a lot of people skip.
Yes.
You know, because now they're excited. Oh, squirrel.
Right.
Let's get that offer
Exactly.
in now.
Right.
But you need to take your time so you're giving your clients great advice.
Yeah, and it's easier to do market analysis nowadays.
Yes.
It doesn't take a day or two.
No.
You know, it can be done in an hour or so. Yeah. And so it's an important step about what to offer for that home and make that decision. And then it's negotiation, and part of that comes in with your buyer representative, networking with the other broker. Maybe they know them, they can have the conversation. What's it going to take to get this deal together? And because it does take brokers negotiating to get the deal together to level out the emotions of the transaction, to actually get it together.
It's like my grandmother used to say, just get along well with others.
Yes.
You know, and that's we need to do that once we get a transaction in place. So.
You bet. And then also as buyers, if I need financing, I would get fully underwritten ahead of time, where they actually take you through underwriting, subject to you actually writing an agreement up, and of course the appraisal coming in.
Yeah.
But that moves you ahead of everyone that's just pre-approved.
Right.
When you get fully underwritten.
Right. So the difference is, Lennox, for people that don't know, between fully approved and just calling up and getting pre-approved?
Yeah. Pre-approved is you give them information, they say, well, it sounds good, they check a few things, but fully underwritten, they actually take it through processing, an underwriter looking at your items and giving you full approval subject to you buying the house and the appraisal showing up.
Yeah, that's That's the only way to go, really, right?
And during the frenzy market, you needed to do that to be able to compete with all cash offers.
Absolutely.
Because you needed to create greater seller certainty. And it creates certainty for the buyer that this is what I can afford. So when rates change, they know exactly how much they can afford as it moves up and down.
That's great. Those are all great points. So if you had a crystal ball that
Yes.
would let you look a couple years in the future,
You threw yours away. When did you throw yours away?
August 3rd, 2007.
Okay.
It was a Friday morning, sunny just like today.
Yeah.
When the market kind of started sliding out from underneath us.
Yeah.
So I put it in a bowling bag and I haven't looked at it since. It's in the closet somewhere. But you probably have a better one than I do.
Yeah, I think he probably does.
How do you see the real estate market in the Pacific Northwest shaping up over the next couple of years?
I think it's going to be bright because of job growth. That, again, is the number one indicator. Interest rates are a kicker one way or the other. Right now, we're at a pretty, they're up there. They're not 3%. That was an anomaly, once in a generation gift type of situation. We're just a little bit above the normal historical interest rates. And so the market will adjust to that because of affordability and such. But the market's moving because we still attract people into our state. We still have job growth, and feels like we service the business community, the economic vitality of the business community. Because when people are moving in and families are growing in this region.
They need a place to live.
They need a place to live.
Yeah.
Well, it's a great business, and I can't think of a better opportunity to sit and talk to somebody who's
And a better leader, too.
Yeah,
You know?
it's much appreciated.
We've been with you a long
Appreciate
time,
that.
and we really appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Thank you.